I'm Emily Canal. I'm a staff writer at Inc. and I'm a resident Shark Tank expert. I've seen every episode of Shark Tank at least 4 times. Today I'll be talking about Season 10, Episode 7, where Sam Stephens presents her company, OatMeals, which is an oatmeal cafe in Greenwich Village, New York City. She walks in, she makes her initial pitch, and they wanted the food immediately. They have been through food entrepreneurs in the past, and for them, I think they really need to taste the product before they can get behind anything else. Sales are impressive, but they want to know what they're going to be buying into. You can actually hear Mark Cuban in the background just kind of barking, "Feed me."
Feed me.
We want the oatmeal
Feed
first.
me.
Yeah, do you have truffle oatmeal?
And the reception was really good. Once everyone took an initial bite, they all started going nuts. Lori Grenier even said that this was the most delicious product she's ever tasted on Shark Tank and admitted that a lot of entrepreneurs come to Shark Tank with food or snacks or something along those lines, and this was her favorite out of the last 10 years.
Thank you so
And
much.
the interesting thing is they're all very different.
Exactly.
So she has the sharks. They're all really excited about her product. But then it sort of takes this shift where Kevin O'Leary picks up on the fact that she's got this one 380 square foot store in New York and wants to expand the retail locations. She had admitted that in the last 6 years of business, she did $2.5 million in revenue, which isn't bad, and that she was planning on closing this year out at $500,000 in revenue. But that's not a lot of money, especially since she's paying herself a $40,000 salary, which is very hard to live on in New York.
There's rats that are making more money than that.
Right.
She even admitted that she pretty much only eats her oatmeal and that she can't really afford anything else. And so at that moment, Kevin O'Leary goes out, Damon John goes out for those reasons. The business isn't growing enough, it's a very tough market for her to be in, and they don't want to be a part of it. And then that's where this really interesting point of the pitch comes up that you don't see too often, where 2 sharks offer her a deal, but it's contingent on her completely revamping her business model.
So are you open to packaging, selling in retail, like doing a completely different model?
Lori Grenier is saying, hey, I'll give you this $500,000, but she wants her to develop a whole new line of product that would be in Starbucks, in grocery stores. And Lori Grenier backed this up with the fact that she had done the same thing with Bantam Bagels, which were on season 6 of Shark Tank. And then Barbara Corcoran comes in and she's like, okay, I want to get rid of the store. I don't like it. I don't want any part of it. I want 50% of the business. I'll give you $500,000, but I want you to make this cart.
Serve oatmeal to corporate America in the morning and risotto for lunch. I don't think it's that much of a change.
This is another example of getting a lot of pressure in Shark Tank, not just to, make a deal with someone, but to make a deal with someone who wants to change your business and having 2 completely different models presented to you. And being at Shark Tank, you do have to make an agreement. It's a handshake agreement, but right then on the spot. So Sam then has to decide what is the future of her company. And it's not so much who does she want as an investor, it's just where will her business be in the next year. All the other sharks are kind of saying, go with Barbara's deal, because Barbara's deal doesn't have the contingency that Lori's does. Lori wants to completely reinvent the product in a way. Like, yeah, she'll be using the same flavors, but then you need to think about, okay, how long do you need to warm it up? Do you add water? Do you add milk? Do you add all these factors? So the sharks are kind of saying, like, go with Barbara, it's a smarter deal, but it's still 50% of her business, even though it would be a separate one.
Lori, you have a deal.
Oh, great!
So she accepts Lori's deal, all the sharks are going wild about it. Barbara is flabbergasted, she's like leaning back in her chair, she's stunned. And the sharks kind of quarrel a little bit after she leaves the tank, like whether or not she made the right decision. And they kind of, Lori was like, you wanted 50% of her company, you're being greedy. And then they also talk about the fact that Lori's deal is a contingency deal, which is a very risky move for an entrepreneur like Sam.
You just stole millions of dollars from this babe and sent her down the wrong path.
What? So a lot of people may think that Sam didn't make the right deal, that she should have gone with Barbara, similar to what the sharks were sort of saying. But I think that she made the right deal in that she had thought about her product being on the shelves of grocery stores with pasta, with rice. She wanted this to be elevated for more than just a breakfast food, and to do that, it would be partnering with Lori. So in the end, I really do think she made the best choice.
I don't think I'll have any regrets tomorrow.
Today is 2 days after the Shark Tank episode aired, so I wonder what the line around her store is going to look like today.